But first, let's talk about this bill that Republicans, I'm sorry, Democrats, that's a Freudian slip. But the Democrats, the House Democrats have unveiled. It's 1,800 pages, and it does hardly anything for the average person. It does do something. If you got $1,200 before, you'll get $1,200 again. The difference is that this time you'll get $1,200 for your kids instead of $500 for your kids. So if you're a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 children, you'll get $4,800 one-time check. But this also bails out lobbyists. It's another corporate bailout. It bails out debt collectors. Okay. And this is what this is what is being done from the Democrats. This is what's being offered from the Democrats before it even goes to the Senate. It is a complete capitulation. I guess maybe the negotiation room here is that they're saying, okay, we're going to ask for $1,200 per kid, and then we expect them to negotiate back down to the $500. But it is, I mean, it really shows you your values. Nancy Pelosi is the one who always says, show me your budget, I'll show you your values, right? Matter of fact, don't let me just quote it. Let me play it for you.
Fond of saying around here, show me your values, show me your budget.
Show me your budget, show me your values. So you show me your bailout, you show me your values. Your values is in protecting lobbyists, protecting debt collectors, protecting corporations, and giving the people just enough. Because the people, and now I'm going to be clear, a family who gets $4,800 right now is going to be so grateful because they're basically desperate. It's going to be hard for somebody to, it's brilliant in the sense that Americans the American ruling elite have created conditions where people are so desperate for anything that they can get so that if a family of 4 gets $4,800, they are going to be ecstatic. The cost of that $4,800, however, is a bill, trillions of dollars that goes to corporations, goes to lobbyists, and even debt collectors. And this one-time bill, mind you, the way they're doing it is they're creating structural incentives, advantages, and bailouts for corporations, for these lobbyists. They're making sure that this is not a one-time handout to them. However, for the people, this is a one-time deal. So in other words, if anything is going to happen for the people again, there has to be more legislation. But everyone else, well, they have a system structured to help them. The Congressional Progressive Caucus called for $2,000 a month. This is the number. This is what we've been calling for a long time. I've been saying it since the first day I realized how long this was going to be, how long this epidemic was going to be. People have been calling for it, $2,000 a month. And no, you get $1,200 one time. It's means tested over, I believe, $7,500, $150,000 for a family of 2. So Americans are in a desperate enough situation to actually be grateful for this kind of money. But this is what you get in exchange. According to the Democratic Policy Center, they said House Democrats' new CARE Act proposal would expand the PPP, the Paycheck Protection Program, and make it eligible to all 501c4 and C6 groups with under 500 employees. According to their research at the Policy Center, Democratic Policy Center, this covers about 99.9% of C6 trade groups. This means that even the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the big business lobby, could access PPP under the new proposal. And as we saw with the last distribution of PPP, big businesses got bailed out while small businesses did not, and particularly minority businesses got nothing or next to nothing. As a matter of percentages, like 95% of Black-owned businesses got nothing. And now they're making it possible for lobbyists to access this, to get their checks covered during this pandemic. The priority, show me your budget, show me your values. Here are your values. The Democrats are also trying yet again and again, to get the state and local taxes deduction limit waived or increased, rather. Right now, the salt tax deduction, I believe, is about $10,000. And this is where you could deduct on your federal income taxes what you would pay, what you paid in state and local taxes. Democrats are trying to increase that. And this has given the Republican Party the opportunity to grandstand as if the Republican Party actually gives a shit about working people. The Republican Ways and Means Committee, this is what they tweeted out this morning. They said, quote, "The American people are hurting, but Democrats continue to show us that they will never let a crisis go to waste. Instead of delivering real relief for local communities, Pelosi is trying to roll back the SALT tax that gives a huge boost to the wealthy elite." Now, just in case you think that the Republicans actually give a shit about working people, keep in mind that there are quite a few Republican states that don't have any state income tax. Florida and Texas come to mind in particular. So it's not as though that they actually give a shit about working people. It's that a lot of their representatives aren't affected by this, so they can grandstand on this. So it is across the board, seems to be another handout for the wealthiest. It is a stupid political. It's stupid politically because you're giving Republicans. You're basically putting everything on the line to say, hey, we want to soften this up as much as we can, make it as sweet as we can for Republicans so that they don't turn us down. Obviously, Republicans are going to fight this tooth and nail. That's just because that's what they do. Okay. And then there was a rejection of a lot of progressive ideas. Particularly the $2,000 a month, because, well, according to House aides, Pelosi didn't like the fact that there was no Republican support for those things. So here Democrats are showing their negotiating prowess, or the lack thereof, trying to offer Republicans an offer that they can't refuse, when in reality, Republicans are very capable of refusing any offer, no matter how nice it is, no matter how beneficial it is, because Republicans understand the fundamental nature of being in an opposition party in the House of Representatives, which they are. And in the Senate run by Republicans, Mitch McConnell, there's no opportunity that he won't take to stick it to the Democratic Party. And so they're going to ask for more. It's not that they're going to turn down this bill. It's not that they're going to reject it. They've already set the precedent. I don't think they're going to have a problem giving us the little pittance because they see how lucrative it is for the ruling elite of this country. So, of course, Republicans are going to take this bill and sweeten it even more. And then they're going to go back to reconciliation, and Democrats are going to do what Democrats do, which is capitulate. And the bad thing about it is that Americans are so desperate. The working people in this country are so desperate. They're starving. There are people in bread lines. Literally, this is not hyperbole. I mean, the mutual aid organizations, people are giving money to people to keep them from starving. Okay? And people are in such a desperate position that they are excitedly waiting on this next check, even though in exchange for this check, we are going to enshrine income inequality, wealth inequality at levels like we've never seen before. And so if the average American wants to eat, if the average American doesn't want their children to starve, they have to be willing to capitulate and give the ruling elite everything they ever dreamed of, while they give us the crumbs from the master's table.